Leon Bailey had saved. The rebound knocked home. He'll get his goal. Gray's delivery to the near post. Sneaks in. Warner Brown on the double.
All right, so we're getting somewhere. We look like we're getting somewhere. This was a much, much better performance. If not, one of the best performances I've seen from the Reggae Boyz under Steve McLaren. So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Thoroughly appreciate it. Hopefully guys are doing good and everything is okay. This is the Jamaica 3, Guatemala 0 review show. Smash the like button, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do or whatever you can do. I have to say that was a performance that I am very, very happy about. And not just that, I was there live to witness, and as I said, possibly the best performance from the Reggae Boyz under Steve McLaren. And on a positive note, this looks like we're going in the right direction. Finally, see a turn. Now, the BVI performance is one to talk about, and let's say that could be an anomaly because it's 1 out of probably 3. Good performance versus Trinidad, good performance versus Nigeria, and now a good performance versus Guatemala. And one bad in the middle, maybe no, at least no, we can put aside and say, all right, that's just a one-off situation. Despite we win the game, the performance was not acceptable. Let's be said. But at the end of the day, we're in good standing right now. Now, this is what we saw very much closer to what we saw in the Unity Cup. This is vastly closer to what we saw in the Unity Cup. Maybe in the aspect of the team selection was a little bit closer to that of, well, no. Colgate lower. Technically no. But I do think this team, where balance is concerned, it was quite good. Now let's start off with the starting lineup. Andre Blake in goal. Coach went for a 4-2-3-1 formation. Andre Blake in goal. Latibody at right back, which I think is his preferred position. Damien Lowe and Holgate as the centre back pairing. In the left back, we have Amar Bell. In the midfield pivot, we double pivot, we have John Russell and also Isaac Aiden. On the right-hand side, in which I thought the code made a mistake here, but he rectified as fast as possible. Right-hand side, we saw Ronaldo Cephas. Left-hand side, Leon Bailey and Demarai Gray in the middle between them, which is the attacking midfield position. And Werner Brown leading the line. Now, in all aspects, things, Richard King was out. Lemby Kisa was out. And Leon Bailey started on the right, left-hand side, more so on the right-hand side. Those are the first 2 big question marks. And, coach had to do something. Lemby Kisa needs some rest. So Latibody would come in. Richard King, his fitness level was quite unsure because he picked up a knock in the first game. So that also, some question mark there. But those are explainable. Now, the Ronaldo Cephas and Leon Bailey situation was a little bit different. Maybe the coach is going for players who were more natural on the preferred foot to go down the byline and get those crosses in. But was that necessarily the best idea? We don't know. Based off what we see, now speaking from hindsight, no. Because when they changed, that's when Leon Bailey grew into the game and Ronaldo Cephas looking a lot better. Now, let's get into the aspect of the game. I thought overall, where the game is concerned, we saw some good play from the Reggae Boyz. Some big moments. Aiden was quite good in the middle of the park. I thought Bell was a little bit too safe sometimes. As you can see here, Bell going down. Cephas had the opportunity to get inside. Finds Demarai Gray on the top of the edge of the 18-yard box. I do think Demarai Gray was occupying a lot of the areas that Cephas was in. Even though you see momentarily they switch. Here comes Leon Bailey, go down to the byline. Cut back here to Bell. To Russell. Russell crossed the ball inside the box. And that was the Reggae Boyz' first intent of this is going to be a difficult game for you. And that was actually the moment when the switch, because earlier when Bailey was on the left hand side, was not necessarily productive. Lost the ball quite a lot in this game. And that was another attempt there going down from Cephas, getting the ball across, trying to find Runner Brown on the approaching the front post. Corner here, Bailey stands over it. Look to whip this one in. Deliveries weren't necessarily the best, as you can see there. Something that we have to work on. Here comes Leon Bailey again, heavily active in this game, but this time around finds Latibodier cross inside the box. Latibodier provided so much assistance to the wingers in this one by overlapping and sometimes underlapping. It was a good look. And a tackle there from Low. Nice tackle. Gray on the attack now. Look to Bailey out wide. Leon Bailey goes down to the byline, and as you see Latibodier cut inside again. And Bailey finds Russell inside the 18-yard box, and there goes the opener. Russell with the badman celebration. And that was Jamaica 1, Guatemala 0, as we find the opener in 26 minutes of the game with an assist here from Leon Bailey, making his mark on this game. But it's a good start, a really good start. The first 10 minutes, I can say it's a write-off, maybe based off I Fox say. The team functional team wasn't necessarily in the best shape, but them recover, look good, look sharp after the switch between Bailey and Cephas, and that was just as simple. It was just as simple as that. Here again with a corner to the back post, a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Holgate, I think Holgate was still active in the game at this minute, which actually got a knock and went down. I had to come off. Here comes Gray, and was taken down inside of the box. It was a link up between Gray and Cephas, and Gray was taken down inside of the box, and a penalty here for the Reggae Boyz. Good bit of footwork from Gray to get inside the danger zone and get past his player, who was then taken down. And the referee said he's not having it. Points to the spot. Leon Bailey steps up to take it. I do think there was a little bit of discussion who should take it, because Gray wanted it. And Leon Bailey missed the initial penalty. And Werner Brown, man and form, steps up very, very quick off the line, finds the back of the net. And it is 2-0 to Jamaica in the 37th minute. And on the 41st minute, that's when Holgate went down and he just could not continue. And so Richard King had to come in, take that one, to stand in the mark, in which I think Richard King really, really had a good game. Third goal was from a set piece, corner whipped in by Gray. And look who's there attacking the front post. It was Werner Brown. Just a boot to that one to sneak it into the front post. A poacher's goal. And that was a brilliant goal, actually. That's a very, very good goal by Werner Brown, I have to say. Really, really good goal by Werner Brown. Showing his clinicalness this time around for the Reggae Boyz. And he looks sharp. He looks sharp. He looks ready. And that's what I want to see from our players. And the Reggae Boyz completed the 90 minutes, winning the game 3-1. Where the stats are concerned, let's just jump into the statistics of the game. Now let's get into the statistics, overall statistics for both halves. 7 big chances created for the Reggae Boyz, 52% possession, 56% possession, 44 for Guatemala. 7 big chances created for Jamaica, 0 for Guatemala, and 18 shots in total for Jamaica, 5 for Guatemala. Jamaican keeper made 2 saves, Guatemala keeper made 5. We had 5 corners to their 1. 10 fouls, 9 fouls for the Guatemala. We had completed, we made a total of 501 passes, while Guatemala only had 397 in total. But it's if you can look at the shots, all the shots that we were having, we're having quite most of our shots were actually inside of the 18-yard box. As you can see there, shots outside of the box and total of 11 inside of the box, while Guatemala had 2 outside of the box and 3 inside of our box. Out of our 18 shots, we had 8 on target. We hit the woodwork once. That was from a half volley from Richard King. 9 shots off target. We scored 2. We scored 2 of our 7 big chances, and in total we missed 5. We had a total of 30 touches in the opposition box, in the Guatemala box, whilst they only had 9. That is dominance. That is dominance. There are 2 offside and we have 1. As you can see, a lot of our passes were in the final third, but in the mid third we have 51% pass of our passing taking place, and 35% in the opposition half. We had 14% in our half, which means that we were definitely on top of the game. As you can see on the table, Jamaica played a total of 4 games, winning all 4 games and completing the round with a +6 goal difference. And it is a good look. It's a very, very good look from where I'm looking. Now, where tactics is concerned, we have to discuss how the team set up. Even though it's a 4-4, we started off with a 4-2-3-1 formation. We technically kind of form a 2-3-4-1 formation. And how does that work? Let me explain to you. As you can see from the map here, this is the average position of each player. As you can see on the map there, this is the average position of each player. What you find out, you see Damian Lowe at number 17 and number 4, Mr. Woolgate. In the middle line, that is Latibodier, Aiden, and Bell. What you're seeing here is how we're building, how we build up in our build up. The only issue I'm having here is that Tifas is a player who come inside more so Demar Gray, and that's the reason. I kind of have a problem there, because Demar Gray is naturally a left-sided player, so we find out that Demar Gray kind of occupies some of the spaces that Ronaldo Cephas should be occupying. Look at Demar Gray's heat map, as you can see there. Then now look at Ronaldo Cephas' heat map. You can see that Demar Gray is occupying somewhat similar spaces as Ronaldo Cephas. On the left-hand side, I'm speaking specifically. Remember that Ronaldo Cephas started off the game on the right-hand side. But on the left-hand side, he occupies quite a lot of space. But you can also look at the defensive work rate from Ronaldo Cephas, going all the way back to do some defensive work. And maybe that's something that Demar Gray they never necessarily provide in comparison to the amount of run back that Cephas does. But at the end of the day, if you can look at just the general build-up of the team, 2-3-4-1, Renner Brown leading the line, and as you can see also, Leon Bailey kind of play a little bit more inside, and Russell a little bit further on the right-hand side, in which I do think that kind of limit them in some aspect, and that's the reason you find Russell and Bailey so close to each other inside of the on the right half space right there. But at the end of the day, the structure of the team look good, getting all the best attackers in the final third. Bailey, Russell, Cephas, Gray, and Renner Brown closer to the goal. That's a good look. And then you still have a defensive core of Latibodier, Aiden, and Bell. You're sitting on the line, and behind them you have Lowe and also King. But Woolgate actually eventually came off the pitch. So structurally, it's a good look structurally. As you can see right there, not much change when the substitute came on. What you found out is that the tempo will just kind of lean to the left side of the pitch a little bit more. But it's a good look where that is concerned. Overall, I thought that the 2 players who stood out to me in this game was Russell and Renner Brown. Russell and Renner Brown really stood out in this. As you can see, the match, according to SofaScore, their match ratings is Leon Bailey 7. And you see, funny, Leon Bailey get a higher match ratings than that of Cephas. But if you're actually at the game, watching the game, you definitely have to put Cephas ahead of Leon Bailey. No, Leon Bailey would definitely get a higher match rating because he did create an assist for the Russell goal. So that in turn, I got push him higher. But in the aspect of gameplay, I thought Cephas was way more effective and also dangerous, especially when the 2 players switched. Yes, Leon Bailey was quite effective, but I thought he lost the ball too often. he was dispossessed so much time. For me, those two players were the standout players in this game, because effectively from minute one, they were definitely the team that looked to be, they were definitely the players that look that they want to make an impact on the game. I'm not saying that the others don't, but these players actually really, really did. Even though I thought that the Reggae Boyz had a really, really good game, you'll still see a little bit of things that the coach has to do. I do believe that the coach probably look at these same numbers, same statistics, especially the left-hand side, trying to find the right balance on the left-hand side, because Gray is drifting towards the left-hand side, occupying the same space as Cephas does. Maybe it could be tactical where they're switching, one go inside, one go outside. That could be the case. But overall, it was a good game. I thought that the supporters at the stadium really, really enjoyed that game. And, you know, games like that make supporters come out to watch football and enjoy football. Anyways, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Big match, really, really good performance. Big up yourself, Rona Brown. Definitely, you got the opportunity and you took it by both hands. And it's a good look. He's looking sharp. He's looking like the man. And definitely that striker position looks to be him or for him as it stands right now. So we'll see how we go further from here. The coach now has, this is good for the coach, which means that he now has difficulty in selecting a team, which I believe is the good position to be in. Once it's difficult for you to select a team, it means you have a good team working with. Big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button now. See you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. God bless. Boom. Outside. Now, I mean, girls and what? Outside. God bless people.